Yeah, I think we're still assessing certain individuals. Obviously it's some players' first day back today. I haven't had a chance to see them players as of yet. We're still waiting on a couple this afternoon as well. What we've heard on the telephone is the majority are fine. Zungu's got a bit of a knock that we're assessing in his knee. Besides that, everyone else is relatively in good shape, we hear.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
The Aberdeen matches over the past couple of seasons between the sides have been really close over the past couple of seasons. What sort of match are you looking forward to on Sunday?
Again, another tough challenge. Obviously, the rivalry speaks for itself. It's a big game. Both teams are in good form. It's a game that we're really looking forward to. I think it'll be a different challenge to the one on the opening day. In terms of, both players might look different in terms of personnel. It's mouthwatering and one that we're very much looking forward to.
Hi Stephen.
Hello.
How proud were you to see obviously Ryan Jack achieve something so historic for his country, and how obviously pleasing was it to see him play so well across a couple of games?
I think it was no surprise to see him play so well. I think Ryan's been very consistent since we came in here at Rangers. I think the way he applies himself, the way he goes about his daily work, it's no surprise to see him in top form and producing the goods at international level. I'm really pleased for him. I was proud of his performance, and I think it was great to see, being up here and really involved in Scottish football now. To see the country back in a major tournament, it was fantastic to watch the celebrations, and I want to congratulate Steve and his staff and all the players involved. It was a magnificent achievement.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
Given you touched on it earlier about the challenge Aberdeen will face and how it might be slightly different. Do you feel that they will be a different side from what you've maybe faced previously, and even in the opening day of the season, given the way they've lined up since then?
Well, I think they'll come to Ibrox with confidence. As I say, they're on a good run of form. Obviously, the cup game aside against Celtic, I think they've reacted from the defeat from the first game of the season from us and really gone on a strong run. They've got players back from injury, players back from the COVID situation they were involved in. So, I'm sure they're going to come and really fancy the chances with confidence and belief. And in terms of what we're going to face, we think it'll be really similar to previous encounters. They'll be organised, they'll be well drilled, they'll be physical, and they'll carry a goal threat like they do. So it's a big game and a big challenge for us, but we can't be going in a better place ourselves. For me, the focus is always, what shape are we in terms of Rangers, and we couldn't be in a better place to face this challenge.
Stephen, given that then, is it easy to pick up that momentum again, because it's been a great run all season, not just before the international break, but when you come back from an international break, how key is it to get that standard immediately?
Yeah, it is key, and that's the challenge for the players. The important thing for me is to get them back in the Rangers place, to focus back on Rangers, try and get them away from international duty and get the focus on what's going to face us in the coming days. All the focus and attention needs to be on Aberdeen. It's a big game. I think they deserve that attention because they're a good team and they will pose a difficult challenge to us. But for me, the players are really looking forward to this. You can feel around the place that there's a confidence and a belief about them. But it's always a challenge after a break, a couple of week break, even when you're in top form. The challenge is, can you find that rhythm as quick as you can?
Morning, Stephen. Stephen, in light of 7-match bans handed to Jordan and George, can you just tell us what this means from your point of view, both in the short and medium term, in terms of them coming potentially back into the group? And I think you said before the international break you'd speak to your leadership team about that, guys like James Tavernier, what say they may have had in the decision you may have reached.
Yeah, I think the important thing here was to get the players out of the isolation period, first and foremost. Then it was to sit down with the players face to face and try and gauge a reaction to how they feel and where they were at that time. I seen two players, I spoke to them individually. They were both very sad over the incident. They were remorseful and apologetic. They full of regret. They first and foremost wanted to apologise to the supporters and the teammates for their actions. But in my in my position, it was time to support these two players. Once I seen that reaction, it was the reaction I wanted to see. And now it's about me giving them the support and managing them to get back to being top players, because the good players, we need them here to help and support us moving forward. So they've gone about it in the right way since they've accepted the punishments, and obviously we've been waiting for yesterday's hearing as well. We're pleased that's done and out the way, and we move forward and try and get these players back to where they both need to be.
Stephen, how important a period is this coming up for you, both domestically and in Europe?
Very important. I think we try and go game to game, so I think we know that the weekend's going to be a game with big rivalry, and we're going to have to put an awful lot into the game to get the result we want, but it's a game we're really excited about. And then very quickly after that, from a European point of view, we're hoping that we can provide the performance to make Thursday night very pivotal in terms of qualification. But two major tests for us over the course of the week. But first things first is to try and get a positive result from Aberdeen that will hopefully take us into the Benfica game in a good place.
Stephen, just obviously you've been sharing the goalkeeping duties with Al McGregor and John McLaughlin this season, but given John's now got that carrot of the Euros in the summer, are you tended to make sure he gets enough game time just so that he can have a shout of reaching the Euros?
It's not my job to help Scotland. Look, we rate John very highly. We've got two top-class number one goalkeepers here. I'll make the best decisions for Rangers. What I will say is I'll remain in communication and dialogue with Steve Clarke. I think it's important that we manage Ryan Jack and John in the best possible way. So I will try and support the national team from that point of view. I want both players to go and represent Rangers, and I want them to go in good form and in the best place they can be. But that won't affect my decisions from a domestic point of view. I've got to get results for Rangers. I have to manage Ryan Jack in the best possible way for him. John will get games of football here, for sure. You know, where Alan's at in his career. So John will play football from now till the summer. Will that be enough to please Steve Clarke? I don't know. That's obviously a question you'll have to ask Clarkey.
That support for Scottish football, will that be ending come the game at Wembley?
As soon as the whistle goes.